maybe they're just cruising through the galaxy and stopped here for a bite to eat.
It is the spookiest time of year on the spookiest podcast.
Oh, we are absolutely.
Actually, isn't today, since today is November 1st, it's actually
Jason,
the holiest day. It's All Saints Day.
Yeah, you're now ruining it. As Jason tends to do. Because we don't do it on Friday. Because it's Saturday. Welcome to the holiest podcast.
As is evidenced by our beautiful castle.
A lot of holy things going on in this castle over here.
Oh, absolutely. Nothing bad.
Kind of popped my bubble for Halloween discussion.
Don't listen to the screams. Please ignore those.
Every time Jason interjects, I imagine some guy in a fedora adjusted his glasses. Well, you know, technically, it is the spookiest Saturday of the year. We all had Halloween yesterday, and hopefully we've all increased the danger of Diabeto coming to hunt us down. He is angry and Hispanic?
Incredibly so on both, yes.
All the diabetes has come for us. You know, it didn't help that Silver gave me like the most diabetes-inducing brownies that have ever existed.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah, the slut brownies.
Yeah, what a name. Love that.
I told that to my mother, and she's like, what?
I love promiscuous brownies.
Yeah, those dirty brownies.
They're naughty brownies.
They are absurd. So just to clarify, just in case anyone doesn't know what they are, it's a layer of cookie, a layer of double stuffed Oreos, and then a layer of brownie.
Just right.
They're like 3 inches thick, I swear.
You can just feel yourself getting diabetes just from hearing what the ingredients are.
Yeah. It doesn't help that they're awesome.
Well, you ate half 10 in one go.
You're going to want to eat them all in one setting. Yeah, that's how... Is that not all brownies?
No, so there were 6 big, fat, giant brownies. I gave one to my sister and one to my mother. And then we haven't eaten one since the beginning of the week because it's like we need to get... This is like a once a week at most. You should consume these things. Well, it's funny. My mother's like, oh, they're so big, I'll only have half. She had half. She's like, those are amazing. Give me the other half.
I want some. I need some.
And Chance, stumbling into the chat, says it's no Snap-O-Ween. Instead of tricking or treating, just loot. Oh, no. TikTok makes me concerned. hopefully that's not an accurate depiction of the current state of America. It's a good thing we're hanging outside Dracula's castle at the moment.
Yeah, there's none of that's being happening here.
None of that's been happening.
Drac food.
There's a good chance I will generate at some point a better looking Dracula's castle, but I didn't do it this year.
No, I like this one. What's there to improve?
It's a haphazard design. There are just towers everywhere.
Well, Dracula does not need
It's
to
very
explain
Gothic
anything
looking.
to you.
It has the right vibe.
Dracula needs to justify his architecture choices.
Is there OSHA or like the like? Does he have to get like building permits? I don't think so, Mister.
It's held together by his lust and desire for blood with his furry
There's no
hands.
building code in that part of Romania or most of part of Romania. Let's be real.
Yeah, a little bit of Bulgaria. I think Transylvania crossed over to. Oh, Romania. Always known for just a terrible country.
Has a really wonderful, good reputation.
As Romania comes stumbling into the chat, how dare you?
Yeah, we better watch out. I want to visit there someday, maybe. Probably not.
Probably not. Well, it's a special podcast. We've all been infused with candy. Not many people came to my house, despite being smack dab in the suburbs, but it was a weird day for that stuff. And people are afraid of the random people who nab children and run away. So it's all been like a trunk or treat thing in this part of the world. Or more of a closed community thing. Halloween just isn't what it used to be.
No. Trunk or treat's killing it.
Well, we're all afraid of the horror that that lies in wait. Despite the fact that all of like the greatest serial killers are all previous eras. Now it's just gang violence.
No. Bum, 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 bum.
It's always funny when people talk. This reminds me of a conversation I had with a buddy of mine where his girlfriend was so confident in like the capabilities of mankind. And she was like, well, nowadays, you can't get away with murder anymore. And I was like, what are you talking about?
Happens all the time.
Well, and I brought up the statistic on my phone immediately, and I was like, 40% of murders are not solved. And she's like, oh, and I was like, yeah, I mean, if you watch CSI and you're convinced that they always wrap up the murder investigation every episode,
it's amazing how that happens.
You'd be shocked that despite evidence, DNA or otherwise, they still don't catch a lot of people.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, a lot of people. Nobody likes to snitch.
Just on that topic, do you know if that has gone up? Like the number of solves. Do you know if it has increased over the years since we've got things like DNA testing, better forensics, and all that other stuff?
Well, this was when we had DNA testing. I mean,
sorry, I didn't catch.
This was when we had DNA testing. I think I brought the statistic up like 5+ years ago.
No. What I mean is, because of the advent of DNA testing and the improved forensics, has the solve rate gone up at all? Like, has it always maintained at 60%?
The number of murders in the United States has been declined. Approximately 58% of cases are cleared in 2023. So about 42% went unsolved. It hasn't changed.
Okay, no, I was just curious if the increase of technology and whatever else, if that has improved or if it's just kind of maintained an even equilibrium over the years.
Well, I don't think technology is the biggest factor here. I think at the bell curve of murder solving, the biggest factor is the human factor and whether or not they could collect the data.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
humans
I'm
will always
thinking
be
that a lot of-
fallible individuals.
I'm thinking that a lot of times when it comes to unsolved murders, I mean, if some random banger gets killed, they're probably not going to solve it unless the other gang comes forward and says, "Yeah, it was me."
Well, now you're extrapolating conclusions of stuff we don't have because we don't know where most of the
Right.
murders are. My assumption would probably be more gang related, but we don't know. So I'm just saying most murders aren't solved. So even without, assistance from the community, they still don't have sufficient capabilities to solve murders.
Only not all of them.
Well, just so, dear listener, if you don't know, your chances of somebody killing you and getting away with it are pretty high.
Bad times. Sorry, folks.
I look forward to leaving a body trail no one will follow.
Oh, great.
In Minecraft,
I
I was going to do that
there's
qualifier.
No bodies left behind in Minecraft. Thank you.
I know, because I'm really good at what I do. They'll call me the
That's-
overkill killer.
That's not. I don't think that's true.
I'm so good that the bodies disappear in Minecraft.
Listen. I think maybe we're. I don't think that's true.
I don't know what you're talking about, Ross.
Nah.
Remember when I was determined to create factory farming in humanity for chickens in Minecraft?
And you do it just to annoy Silver.
Well, it started to lag the server really bad if you walked nearby it. So I created this fenced in area and I wanted it to be so inhumane that I threw constant amounts of chicken eggs in, kept spawning them to the point where we're talking hundreds of chickens inside a pen.
Pretty hilarious.
Yeah, the server would lag if you walk too close.
It was nice. I loved it. It really just made me feel at home.
Oh, it's so inhumane. Yeah, well, this is it. This is how you get your eggs, everybody.
Quit being a dumb chicken. How about that, pal?
I
Huh?
know, loser. Evolve and fight us. When you get to the top of the food hierarchy, you can start putting humans in factories.
Rat's
Just-
playing with fire.
Just because you're losing in the evolutionary scale.
Rat is going to end up the most tortured human in the chicken factory farm.
Well, technically, survival of the fittest. They will have the moral right to do whatever they want because they're at the top.
Rat's looking to die.
How is your Halloween in general? Did you eat a lot of candy? Did you
It was lovely.
scare the poop out of your pants?
Pants were shitted. I carved a tiny pumpkin. It was cute.
Rock on. Like the baby pumpkins or a smaller pumpkin?
It was like a tiny. Well, it wasn't a baby pumpkin. It was just a really small pumpkin.
Because you can't really carve those baby pumpkins; they never turn out.
No.
Yeah, not really.
no.
Oh,
But
did
yeah,
you watch a spooky movie?
Oh, watched From Dusk Till Dawn.
Oh, rock on.
Yeah. Boy,
Watched Private Eyes.
Sinners really did take a lot from that movie. I knew that, but then once you see that movie again, you realize it again.
Well, look, we liked Sinners. We didn't gush over Sinners.
No. If we were going to gush over any part of Sinners, it was going to be the first half, not the second half.
Yeah, not the spooky part, incidentally.
Yeah. Just so everybody knows.
Check out the
Yeah.
review that nobody watched on this channel. Anyway,
And you should absolutely watch it. It's one of our better ones, I think.
yeah.
I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yeah. More people wanted to hear us laugh about Superman.
Superman was genuinely stupid, so I mean, I get it.
On the
Imagine
topic
the
of Sinners,
just
how
before.
did that
Imagine
do
the
at the box
DC.
office?
Imagine the DCU dies before it ever goes any further because somebody buys Warner and then they just replace Gunn and
They-
they reboot again.
They just scrap it all, and say start over.
Yeah,
Oh, I would love that.
it'd be
That would
the
make me
funniest
very happy.
outcome. Anyway, Jason, what were you saying?
That would be.
The box office of Sinners hit 367 million.
Oh, good for
Nice.
them. I guess it's measured against how much it cost.
Yeah, and it would cost like 90 to 100 million. It says so. It made money.
Nice.
Good.
I was just curious on the box office numbers because um, Sinners, at least to me, Sinners seemed to be like a sleeper. It seemed to
Mhm.
do well, and from what I hear, everybody had a lot of nice things to say about it, but it didn't seem to me that a lot of people were talking about it. Whereas Superman obviously was the bigger of the two movies, just because of hype and word of mouth and advertising and all that other stuff.
Yeah, it had it had really long legs, Sinners. So it like made
Yeah.
money for a long time. It wasn't making like the most money every weekend, but it was like doing really well. So
Oh, by the way, Ross, I walked into into my mother's room, and she was watching 28 Years Later,
well,
and
oh,
she was halfway through where he was learning about the doctor, and the kid is like, "I need to go find this doctor." And I was like, "Oh, how do you like it?" She's like, "It's really good." And I was like, "Yeah, that first half is really good." Because she's like, "Oh, where's this going and whatnot?" And I was like, "You're not gonna like it."
not gonna go well.
And then
Prepare
later I
for a
talked to
mega
her,
wiener.
and she's like, "That movie was terrible, and the ending was horrible." And I was like, "Yeah, it was."
You like that, huh?
It's almost fools you for the first half of that movie.
It really does.
Like-
Yeah, let's just say I'm super looking forward to next year when the next one comes out. It's going to be great.
Imagine a movie tries to trick its audience and make it think that it's going to be one type of movie, and then completely reverses.
Oh my god. Well,
Some movies have pulled that off.
yeah, not many. And not like
No.
what's so funny is, I mean, the problem too, I think had the ending been more of the tone of the rest of the movie, even the second half, people might have had a better opinion, but that ending, like literally the last, 5-10 minutes, is so stupid.
Considering who they were dressed up as.
Yes, like it's so dumb. And you literally have morons online going like, well, you just didn't get it. Or, well, that meant like that was probably had more meaning to British people. It's like, no, I think despite what I say on this podcast and in person often, my distaste for British people is well known. I think more of them than that. I think they also thought that ending was fucking dumb as hell. So, no, I think this movie's just dumb. But that's okay.
Shocking
At least
amount
the
of
first
Wang.
half's all right.
Shocking amount of Wang.
Oh, well, shocking amount, and in both ways. You see it a lot, and there's a lot to see. Let's just say, all right, pal.
That guy's very proud.
How couldn't you be? I would be. Jeez, I'd be looking for roles like that. I mean, I don't think it's his real wiener, but still.
Well, so we had that discussion. You either cast for a guy with enormous wang, and so you're like, we got to find the right guy who's this giant man who looks like a savage and has an enormous penis, or you fabricate some sort of CGI/prosthetic just because you insist it has to be enormous for the film.
Imagine having that conversation with your producer. Just just a casual conversation about the size of the wiener of the guy.
28 years, everybody. Don't check it out. It's not a good movie.
No, do not watch that movie. It's fucking terrible. What if they found a guy with a really big wiener, like a natural big wiener, but then he was short? Do they change the movie where he's just a short guy? Or do they make him wear stilts and have to film it a certain way?
Reverse Hobbit him.
Yeah.
Just all
Force
of his
perspective,
shots are
make him
really
look like a
close to
giant.
the screen.
Well, and then if you force perspective him, then the wiener looks even bigger.
Yeah,
It's only a win-win.
it's a tripod there.
Damn right. Dear God.
Jason, you had a good spooky time?
Yeah. I like I said, I watched the Private Eyes. It's a comedy with Don Knotts and Tim Conway. Those two are amazing together.
Little did anybody know
Hilarious
Jason is
duo.
87 years old.
How was your Werther's Originals?
Yeah. I hate those things. They're disgusting.
Oh, he hasn't fully changed yet.
Too
Last
sugary
time.
for your mild palate.
Ugh.
Possibly. No, but I do have my nephews. I have two nephews, and I had to go help them move. And I walk into their front room, and I see that they have uh, an Xbox branded mini refrigerator.
Oh,
yeah, those
Um,
existed. Yeah.
And the thing is that I'm sitting there and I'm thinking to myself, who cares if they have an Xbox branded mini fridge? Who cares if they have an Xbox branded toaster? I don't care. The thing that drove me nuts was that it was in its original box and they have not opened it ever. And the
Yeah.
way that I know that they never opened it is that it still had those plastic straps around the box, the kind that you have to
oh my
cut.
God.
Yeah.
Well,
So
there
they
was
just had this box
the
sitting there in their
meme.
house doing nothing.
Well, there was the meme with the Series X that looked like a refrigerator, which
Uh-huh.
Microsoft played into by making refrigerators. So the only consolation I would say is it's kind of a collector's item, I guess. I don't know if
Yeah,
they really
yeah.
think it's going to sell money more if they
Well-
keep it and it'll appreciate or something, but
Then I go into the kitchen. They have an Xbox branded toaster.
they must be really
Seriously, it
proud.
looked like an Xbox Series S.
They must be really proud about how their team is doing right now.
Well, I know. Yeah. I know it was my older nephew. The younger one couldn't care less. Could care less.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a Dodgers
Yeah.
fan. He's really he's got to buy all the branding. He's a true believer. He's going to be really sad when Xbox dies.
It's going to be a really sad time in about 5 or so years.
Awesome. That reminds me, back in the day when episode 1 came out, my cousins won. I don't know what brand it was. It could have been Coke or something. But they won life-size Yoda, like a professionally done
Oh.
statue
Hmm.
of Yoda, and then they immediately sold it after they won it.
What?
I was like, I'd have kept it. Yoda from episode
Absolutely.
1?
Absolutely.
Yeah, they sold it for a couple grand or whatever.
I mean, a couple grand is nice, but I mean, if you hang on to it for longer, it'll be worth even more.
I mean, it's Yoda.
I mean, come on, pal, it's Yoda.
And then when no one's looking, you can make out with it in the dark at night.
Huh? What? What was that last bit?
Nothing.
Oh.
Halloween's a special time. What a strange time where we all kind of celebrate the feeling of being afraid. And I know that there's historical precedents where the holiday comes from All Hallows Eve and yada, yada, yada. And there are not that many cultures that celebrate it traditionally, but through American exportation of their culture, which is a thing in sociology, we throw our culture around the world, and then you start to see it being celebrated in countries where it didn't start out. Places like Japan and whatnot. I've seen it claimed it started in England, and then I've seen the Irish claim it started with them. I haven't tracked it down, so I'm just going to let them fight it out for now.
As is their way.
Like, it's funny, if it started in England, then they stopped doing it, and then we had to re-import it back to them. Because we kept the tradition,
Well,
just like we kept the accurate
put our
language.
stink on it and let them have it back.
I know.
There's a really good book by Ray Bradbury called The Halloween Tree that talks about a lot of the traditions that have been incorporated into Halloween and where they come from. It's a really good book.
And Halloween is marked with strange events. It's one of those cultural things that has more been a uniting part of most communities and kind of lost its luster over the years. It turned into mostly a candy consumption, horror movie watching event.
Yeah.
Rather than, like, I remember, and this sounds like, oh, back in my day, it doesn't feel like it was that long ago, where you go down the street and it was just hundreds of kids just mobbing houses.
Oh yeah. The doorbell was like going all night.
The culture has changed, and I mourn for the lack of unity that we have across the board. And now they just have weird, pervy, sexy parties in Shibuya in Japan, where they all dress up and wander around wander on the streets in sexy maid outfits. It actually got so out of hand,
They do that all year long.
Well, it got so out of hand that the police tried to stop the Halloween thing, and they couldn't. People just showed up anyway. I think they were afraid of it initially with COVID and stuff, but that, and you get a lot of your like sexual assaults and stuff during that time in Japan too. Guys just perving on women.
Wonderful.
Yeah. I wonder what Japan would do with like a traditional sort of Anglo sphere Halloween where the kids have to wander around and creep at people's houses. It's definitely a Western style sort of cultural thing, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
If you ever want to delve into Japanese horror, they got a lot of weird, creepy monsters, and Japan likes their spooky times. And it is the spookiest time. I watched a weird German movie called The Wall or something.
Oh.
They praised it as it was number one on Netflix for weeks for 93 countries or whatever. It's the Germans' writing is a little truncated. I'm going to tell you right now. It was okay, and then the ending was meh.
Rhett was unimpressed.
Well, I'm very judgmental, and I have a high bar, apparently.
As you should. As you should.
I mean, I look forward to different, as much as I'm a fan of my country, I look forward to different countries starting their own, like, movie industries and filming their own types of films. I have no problem with a flood of more content on the market. I mean, look at Korea. They're just flipping everywhere. But I've tried some of the European movies, and they are dull. I mean, I don't require action constantly, but they are pretty stupid.
That has actually been a complaint about European film for a long time. That it's dull.
Run Lola Run was good, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah. The thing is that we've talked about this often in other contexts, but if we have other media that's coming in that forces our media to be better. So it's only a good thing.
Well, I don't know if we're getting better.
No. Which means that people will dump our media for the better media, and hopefully the other media will say, you know what? We need to learn a lesson here. I can't say that they've been doing that, but
I think the final winner of this Highlander battle will end up being Korea. There can be only one film industry, and it'll be just Korean dramas.
There can be only one.
Only one. I mean, they produce good stuff. It's funny, you see some of it, and it feels like America in the early 2000s, where everything's much more wholesome.
Yeah.
Like, oh, why does we really drove off a cliff with all the stuff we make, didn't we?
Nah, everything's fine, Red. Hollywood's healthy. I don't know what you're talking about.
We'll address some of that in
like
the news. Look forward to the news dump as we talk about how this is the worst month Hollywood has had in 30 years.
Oops.
But in the meantime, not to push back the title or the most important part of this discussion of this podcast is, there's been a lot of conversation around what's going on with Microsoft. And I thought, talking to Ross, maybe we should sit down and talk about Halo in general. Halo's had a wild ride, and if we're looking at the tea leaves, that things seem to be like I wonder if a remake of the first Halo is going to be its swan song or something, which would be ironic. Microsoft, just to set it up slightly, Microsoft created the original Xbox because they knew that they had the capabilities of creating hardware and they wanted to be competitive in the space. If you look at the original Xbox, it's large because they really just took off the shelf stuff. They didn't really heavily personally engineer it. It was really just a PC
cobbled together with what they had.
Yeah, in all respects, but they want to be competitive, and Bill Gates decided he wanted to enter that market. And the Xbox probably would have slid under the radar as a mediocre or okay console in the competition of it all if it wasn't for the fact that Halo existed. And Halo, I cannot understate the devastating role Halo had in the community. It solidified the possibilities of a first-person shooter on console. It's like, oh, well, we had GoldenEye and stuff before. It's like, dude, twin-stick shooter. Halo was like a steamroller. Everything was trying to be Halo from the get-go. How many generations after that we got, like, from PlayStation? Oh, the new Halo killer. And it's like, because they kept trying to compete with what Halo could do. Anyway.
Yeah, it's and I'm kind of noted, I guess, on this podcast as being like probably at least formerly probably the bigger Halo fan out of the bunch.
Yeah.
Halo was a huge part of my teenagehood. And it was. I mean, Halo is the reason I have an Xbox, an original Xbox. Halo, I mean, you don't hear this term much anymore, but killer app. Halo was the killer app. It's what sold Xboxes. It's what made the Xbox brand. Because if you think about it, I mean, there were some other good games that were exclusives on Xbox, certainly. Famously, Xbox kind of saved Bethesda and Morrowind. Morrowind was doing well, but it made more money once it got on Xbox than they would have made otherwise.
And it was glitchy on Xbox.
It had problems, but and so in a way we have Xbox to thank for like Oblivion and Skyrim. But and Fable, I'll get into that later, but like without Halo there is no Xbox. I kind of thought about this, like if Halo didn't happen, or if it didn't, let's say it flopped for whatever reason, I mean, what do you think? Do you think we would have gotten maybe 2 generations of Xbox? We'd have the Xbox One, and then maybe whatever the 360 would have been. And I bet that might have been it.
Know.
That's my guess.
If they hadn't had Halo, I mean, Xbox may have tanked right then and there.
And, like, we can never underestimate the willingness of a huge corporation to lose money, but I can't imagine they do it for more than 2 generations. But anyway...
The Cortana AI voice for Microsoft, named after a character from Halo.
Mm-hmm. That's how important Halo is. Maybe was to Microsoft.
The Scorpio Special Edition of the Xbox One X has a little Master Chief etched on the motherboard.
Oh, sure. On the motherboard, really? That's hilarious.
Inside. You could only know it if you open up the Xbox.
That's awesome. Which only a lunatic would do when you first get it, because otherwise you can't. Your warranty
invalidate the warranty right there.
But Xbox Live, like even to this day, people talk about like because of how like protectionist kind of companies get about like how the what they call the toxicity of players. Like, oh, you kids would have, had a meltdown with the Xbox Live voice chats. Like, it is synonymous with an era of online console gaming.
It established the standard of multiplayer online console gaming.
Yes.
Before PlayStation or anybody.
Yeah, and Halo 2 is the reason for that. Skill-based matchmaking. Halo 2. With Halo 3, we got, like, the Forge and Theater, which was like huge for player creativity that was built into the game. It wasn't like you had to come up with, like you didn't have to like record it separately and do it. No, it was built into the game. You could just do this stuff. I mean, the Xbox experiment, I genuinely believe, would have not lasted had it not been. And the reality is, like console shooters as they came to be, wouldn't be without Halo, or at least it would have taken longer. But so there's a lot of hubbub right now with Halo and Microsoft in general, and I guess we'll get to the Microsoft in general stuff a little bit later. But
Yeah.
with Halo, right now it's in the news for kind of a couple of reasons. Number one, we have and I guess we'll hit this first and then move on to just Halo itself. The political aspect of it recently, with like Trump in the White House posting meme images and jokingly saying that the console war was ended with Trump. He ended the console war.
Well, to be fair, this started out with a GameStop tweet.
GameStop, yeah.
Yeah.
Where they made an official statement that GameStop declares the console wars are over. And it was kind of funny to read it. Whereas for the past 2 decades, the global gaming community has been engaged in an ongoing, increasing petty conflict known as the console wars. Whereas said conflict originated in the early 2000s with the release of Halo Combat Evolved as an Xbox exclusive title. Whereas Halo Campaign Evolved is officially coming to PlayStation 2026 with cross-platform play. Therefore, GameStop, acting under its authority as a neutral entity in the world's retail gaming and trade-in destination, hereby declares the official cessation of the console wars. All claims to exclusivity are hereby dissolved. Console loyalists are instructed to cease hostilities, disband militias, and enjoy the new era of gaming. GameStop will continue to operate as a demilitarized zone, offering hardware, accessories, and trade-ins to combatants on all sides. Power to the players. What a clever marketing tool.
That is awesome. That is awesome.
Not a bad idea, GameStop.
No.
Definitely tongue in cheek there, but definitely a breath of fresh air there in the ad space.
And then like GameStop posted that image, which is incredible.
Peace has been declared.
Glory to the Republic, as it were.
How come this looks like a Vietnam era diplomatic picture?
Oh, like a white. Well, it's because of the freaking drapes. They're horrible and yellow.
Well, whatever filter, the blur filter has been put on this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's AI. You gotta have the piss filter. And then later,
for some reason, Gavin Newsom decided that he didn't like that Trump was attached to the drama with Halo. And the governor's office sent out a tweet saying, consoles more expensive, check. Games more expensive, check. Subscriptions more expensive, check. Not sure the Trump administration really wants to be talking about gaming right now.
Oh my God.
Oh, snap.
How do you do, fellow kids?
Yeah, seriously. I mean, obviously this isn't Trump. It isn't the White House. It isn't Trump that's talking about this. This is a GameStop post, and he posts that?
Well, according to this article, they say the bizarre political jab seemed to miss the point entirely. GameStop's post wasn't policy commentary. It was a joke about the long-standing console wars finally ending. Symbolically bridging the gap between Xbox and PlayStation gamers. But Newsom's attempt to turn it into a talking point against President Trump was met with near universal eye rolls.
Yeah.
Here's a tweet. The president is responsible for video game prices. Little Tizamy SpongeBob picture.
His mocking chicken face.
Yeah, and so for some reason the console war became a political tool to bludgeon each other with. As Trump's, well, we got more memes. JD Vance's Cortana as fat JD Vance meme, and then Trump is Master Chief. And Trump also actually sent out pictures of him dressed as here's one.
Yeah, that one right there.
Yeah. Because Trump is not going to let these things go by willingly.
No, I mean, and God, it's just so dumb that Newsom posted that. I didn't know that. That's funny. I just found that out now.
Well, that's why I got the article up for you there, champ.
Bless you. But then, Department of Homeland Security also gets a hold of memes. And we see this, the Destroy the Flood meme with vaporwave aesthetic.
Joinice.gov.
And people freaked out about both of these.
People did not take it well. I'm
No.
just gonna say.
No, they didn't.
Microsoft needs to
if
sue.
that post right there is any any indication.
But it, brought up this whole again. I mean, this has been discussed to death online, specifically on like X/Twitter or whatever, of like politics and video games. Art and politics, and it's just, yeah. This and the other one led to Angry Joe having a complete and utter meltdown.
Yeah.
Which was hilarious. And people kind of, I would say rightfully, pointing out the hypocrisy. Like, where were you when like all the Pride stuff was posted with the Halo account? No, nowhere? Okay.
Well, it's political shilling. This podcast doesn't endorse any side. The hypocrisy is probably the funniest part when it's related to culture stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But good Lord.
Yeah, definitely.
I
mean, if it's okay for one side to do it, and then it's not okay for the other side, then obviously the reason you have a problem with it is because you are reading political motivation into the meme itself.
Well, here's the thing.
Political motivation in the meme.
If you care so much about the government using Halo for, I guess, whatever propaganda they're putting out, must mean that you care a lot about Halo, or you just really hate Trump.
Yeah.
But where was the rage and anger when Halo went to PlayStation? Because you must realize that this is a bad sign for Microsoft and for Halo in general, because it shows us that Halo is no longer the top dog it used to be. Where was the unmitigated anger where you're like, Halo is going to PlayStation. This is a bad sign. We should be really concerned. Where was that, Angry Joe? Or does it only matter when it's related to the politics that you give a shit about?
Yeah, and I think the part of the problem is, Rhett, I think you and I specifically, I think Jason might land a little more on this than most people, but like you and I specifically have the opinion that the console wars are a good thing.
Yep.
Competition and exclusivity is healthy for these consoles. It's necessary.
Keeps price down.
You can have cross-platform, that's fine. But the reality is, for these consoles to exist and be healthy and frankly affordable, they need to have exclusives. They need to be their own ecosystem. And for some reason, it's been built mostly because people don't like the feeling of missing out, I think, and they got that feeling as young kids when they couldn't afford to buy all the console.
The fear of missing out.
Yeah, and they think it's great that this is going away. And the reality is that's a bad sign. I think this also tends to lead into the fact that the Xbox brand shot itself in the foot, well, almost 10 years ago now, a little over 10 years ago now, with the launch of the Xbox One.
That was so bad.
It was so bad, and it really pissed off, gamers in a really bad way, and it damaged the brand, I think, irreparably, at least at the beginnings. I think it left a huge crack that continued to spread and grow to the point where we are now. But this all leads to, I mean, I kind of talked about like how Halo was the big console shooter. I mean, it made Xbox, and Halo 3 was the online game on the 360 until Modern Warfare 2 came out, which is 2 years after Halo 3 launched. 2 years. And it's not like there wasn't other games to play on Xbox Live on the 360. There was the Gears of War games. There was all these, even the cross-platform stuff that was big, like the Call of Duty 4 before Modern Warfare 2. Your various Tom Clancy games. I mean, there was so much going on in that era. And yet it took Modern Warfare 2 to take it off the throne. And even still, it would still come. It's not like it just completely tanked. I mean, there was times when Halo 3 outperformed Halo Reach like after. I mean, that's 3 years after launch. But then we get to the point where Bungie is done with Halo, with Halo Reach, and I'm old enough now to see where, because I remember when not everyone was happy with Reach. They liked the campaign, but the multiplayer left a lot of people not very happy. They changed stuff, and people didn't care for it. Things like Bloom, the addition of the Sprint armor core, that kind of stuff. But in my opinion, it died with 343 taking it, especially. And I've now lived long enough to see people like try to retroactively say Halo 4 was good. Everybody, I'm here to tell you, Halo 4 is the worst Halo game. And people will try and cry about 5. 5's bad, but 4 is the worst. The story's the worst. They retcon and have fucking fan fiction from Frank O'Connor, anyway, I can't get into that kind of detail. But basically, a guy that ran the community forums suddenly was one of the head guys at 343 Studios that took over from Bungie. And that was a bad idea. The only time Halo was talked about at all was when it came out and people hated it. That was it. 5 kind of had a chance to come back, but they listened too much to major league gamer types, to professional game players and competitive gamers, and it ruined it. And it went away. And their last hurrah was Infinite. I mean, because the MCC was there, since 2014, but it was not in a good state when it launched. It didn't get to be in a good state until just before COVID. But now we have 343 Studios is technically gone. It's renamed to Halo Studios.
As if that'll wink it a nod and make the game better, I guess.
Yeah. And I guess technically there's some change in management, but I don't think it's enough to matter, and it's maybe too late. But so once again, we're going with now that we have a remake instead of a remaster of the first Halo, which we've already had a remaster.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do a remake in Unreal Engine 5.
Despite the bugs initially with Master Chief Collection, it's great. You can play all the games in one.
It is.
In one day.
It's genuinely
awesome.
really good. And I think the irony is that they're bringing this to the PS5 instead of Master Chief Collection. It's baffling because they've ended support of Master Chief Collection. And granted, it's in a state that's very playable now with single player, at least. I don't know about the multiplayer aspects of it as much, but co-op and single player, they're imminently playable. They're very good. And it's baffling to me that they do this instead of Master Chief Collection, and I know why. It's because Master Chief Collection, along with pretty much all the Halo games, are a horrible code nightmare. And they don't want to deal with it. So they're starting fresh on UE5. And once again, we have a new version of Combat Evolved. Campaign Evolved. Now, Rhett, I didn't watch the trailer when it came out. That's my apathy with Halo at this point. But I watched it.
So did I.
It was something to talk about. And number one, I am tired of Unreal Engine 5. Even in this trailer, there was texture pop in, which is hilarious. Yeah. The problem that Halo 2 had in spades, and it apparently is never going to go away because we're all stuck with Unreal Engine. I don't know. What did you think? As someone who's not as big of a fan as me, what did you think?
So as a remake, this might mean superficial or I'm not paying attention. But my initial reaction was, this looks exactly... It doesn't feel different. It looked like the same fight on the beach in the one level. It felt like the same sort of stuff. It didn't feel like a grand leap forward for my eyes. And as far as how they presented it, it felt like they were trying to do the Ghostbusters 2016 nostalgia, piano music, where they were trying to pull on your heartstrings, and it's remember the good times. Remember when you used to play Halo, which reminds me of how weird this really is. that you're so hard up, like that how many Halo games have come out and underperformed, that your conclusion is re-release the first one as a quote unquote remake on PlayStation and cross platforms. This is, you're so hard up that you're redoing the first one to try and play on the nostalgia play of remember when Halo was fun and you used to play it back in the day, kids. Didn't you get that? The slightly slow, like mood that they attached to the original soundtrack in that trailer. Mm. And it's like, what is this? What are we doing?
And that's really well put. I mean, because as far as the intentions, like, I think you're absolutely right. Now, I'm going to just indulge myself a little bit and nitpick, if you don't mind. As far as the trailer goes, not your comments.
Oh, good. I couldn't take the ego hit there.
Listen, neither could I, pal. Like, we have an understanding here. But like, number one, they've changed some of the design of the Forerunner structure, like specifically where you fight the hunters, because it's a 13-minute trailer, right? They play basically half of the Silent Cartographer level, and to where it doesn't make sense. Like, everything's shiny and bright. This is 100,000-year-old structure. It, like, as far as like we find out in later games, like, this is very, very, very old. And why is everything shiny and bright and beautiful? That's stupid. Like, just like a nitpick, I realize, but still, I hate hit markers. They've done this since Halo 4, and they're continuing to add goddamn hit markers in this game. Do you know what hit markers are useful for, Rhett? Multiplayer games where the character models cannot react to bullets until you finally kill them. However, the beauty of a well-made single-player game, shooter or not, is that when you interact with these models, they can react. When you shoot them, they can, in the knee, they can fall down to one knee. And Halo was really good at that, at having these enemies be reactive to what you do to them, whether it's shield flares or stumbling and getting pushed back from the impact of the weapon.
Storytelling elements to make the single player experience seem more immersive. That was sort of the original point of Medal of Honor. Medal of Honor was purposely attached to Spielberg because they were intentionally trying to create cinematic, immersive World War II experiences. Where I remember on one of the early Medal of Honor games on PlayStation, where it sort of blew you away that you could shoot someone in the leg and he would fall.
Yeah.
And you're like,
or
whoa.
The foot, and they'd grab their foot and hop around.
Yes. And it's like, oh, this involves you. And one unique thing that Halo had is the enemies would panic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're like, oh my gosh, he's here. What they call him, the demon.
Yeah. Yep. And Halo was really good at that, and was good at that through all of the Bungie games, at least. But they had to add hit markers in Halo 4, because, well, Call of Duty does it. Well, that's a holdover from multiplayer. Like, where these character models can't react, because otherwise it would be the most frustrating game in the world to play.
Well, maybe instead of chasing the trend, you be different.
Well, exactly. and the thing is now, that would be different, to not have fucking hit markers in a single-player game. It's a single-player game. There's no multiplayer in this. There's no excuse. But literally at this point now, it's like, well, we always did this with Halo games at this studio. Yeah, but you shouldn't have to begin with, and you didn't realize the reason why these need to be there. The weapon model for the pistol is laughably ginormous in Master Chief's hand. Master Chief's supposed to be like 7 feet tall. And in the original game, in Halo 1, 2001, they modeled it to where, like, his hand is so big, his pinky sticks out of, like, the huge, like, grip guard that's on the Halo pistol. His pinky can't fit in it, so it has to stick out. Like, but nobody thought about it. They just needed it to look a certain size, and that's why they just modeled it that way. Oh God, what else do we have? Sorry. There's an ammo counter on the Needler. Hey, Rhett, what's the original ammo counter on the Needler?
How many needles you have still sticking out of the top of it?
Yeah, exactly. Brilliant. Good job, guys.
Well, the Needler sucks, by the way. Him fighting with the Needler at that point, I was like, what a terrible weapon.
Did you notice that the board, like when the Elite boarded the Warthog and kicked the guy out, the animation was terrible?
Yeah.
And listen, there's a conspiracy theory. I just want to briefly mention this. That they intentionally put these dumbass things. Oh, well, that too. Yes. Halo Earth. That they intentionally put these stupid things in this game to then quote unquote fix, and then be like, "Look, they listened." We'll see. I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're too stupid.
You think they're playing a meta game?
I don't. I genuinely don't. It would be funny if that's the case, because why would you put all that effort into that instead of just
that's really stupid.
The game?
Now, if you're playing a meta game, you do that behind the scenes. There was a situation notoriously that Mel Brooks would do, where with his movies he would put in one joke that went too far because the studio producers feel like they have to make comments and push back because that's their job. So he would put in something that went too far. Famously, Trey Parker and Matt Stone did this with South Park. That way, if they took it out, they felt like they were listening, and then they could keep all of the other inappropriate jokes. But you do that behind the scenes to push back against the studio. You don't do that superficially to trick the fans into thinking that you're listening to them and fixing problems. This is supposed to be a big deal. This trailer should be so clean and so hard. I mean, if somebody said we're doing a remake of the first Halo, after having a remaster and re-release and all of this sort of thing, it has to be unique in some way. If from my mind, it has to be unique. And what do you do to a game people are so infinitely familiar with? And you might go, well, they can't change anything because people will get upset. There are already other versions you could play right now that are functional with your consoles today. Why make a remake if you're worried that people are going to get butthurt that something is going to slightly change or be inaccurate or be wrong? I want to walk in to a Battlefield and feel like this is the first time I've seen that. It's almost like I want somebody to take an original game that I'm so familiar with and then feel like I'm actually there, like this is movie quality. Like they should have done a shot of the beach, like a slow shot with like the wind blowing, and I want it to blow me away. I want it to feel like I've never been there before and this is what it actually would have been like.
Yeah, and
I want the graphics to be so intense that it would blow me away.
Mm-hmm. And I think that's the inherent problem with a remake like this, because there are successful remakes. Obviously, Resident Evil is probably the most obvious series,
but it re-envisioned it, and it was so much scarier than the original because of the remake that it's a step up from what it did. You need to step up the previous experience.
Yeah. And whereas this, so this leads into a discussion that has been had with every new release of Halo, well, basically since Reach, but really Halo 4, and that is the addition of Sprint, Rhett. Now, people argue back and forth about this. Obviously, I'm going to land on the side of Halo doesn't need it. I'm not saying no games need it, but Halo specifically didn't need it. Now, people will be like, well, just don't press the button. You choose the buttons you press. And it's like, right, but here's the problem. And it was, they had this problem in the trailer. Rhett, the Halo games, the campaigns are very well curated. They have musical stings, set pieces that trigger at certain points. And all that is based on player movement. Now that the player movement is variable, as far as their speed is concerned, that's going to be a problem. So when he, at the very end of the trailer, as Master Chief goes down into the structure, there is a musical cue that they completely blew by. The Marty O'Donnell musical cue, very famed, part of what made Halo great. They just completely blew through because you can sprint through it. And it just completely, like, there's going to be, like, imagine playing the Flood level with sprint. Is there going to be
just
any
running
tension
past the
Yeah.
Running past everything.
like, this isn't gonna, the library level isn't going to work now. So
because you can run past a lot of because the grind of having to survive the flood was so bad that if you just run through it, it's well, then what's the point?
exactly. And
Amateurs making a game where they'd understand what the point of it was.
well, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, that's why adding it to a remake is a problem. Where it's like, if you designed the game around sprint, which people can argue whether or not they did with the last 343 games. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I think their quality is is in such a state that you wouldn't notice anyway. But anyway, like, doing a shot-for-shot remake now won't work because you can't. If you want sprint, you can't have it be curated the same way. That's just not going to work. And the thing is, I don't know. Without the problem is Halo 1, as it is still so imminently playable. I mean, literally, I can go put it in my Series X right now and play it. And it doesn't, like, it's not like going from Resident Evil in 1996 to Resident Evil on the GameCube. Like, they're not doing that because, graphics haven't changed that drastically. I mean, yes, they've changed drastically, but it's still a very beautiful game. Like, it's still, the art direction is such that it's good. And they're not doing that. They're not choosing to just, like, well, we're just going to spruce it up with graphics, and here you go, it's the game. No, they're not choosing to do just that. They kind of want to, but that's not what they're doing. And they're not doing where it's like, no more fixed camera angles. Like, this is a different game. It's still Resident Evil 2, mostly. Still the same story. But
it's
now
a different
you're experiencing
experience.
it in a different way.
Yeah.
Exactly. They're not doing that either. So, like, what are we doing?
They should probably be
neither
doing
fish nor fowl.
something like that, where it's like, oh, it's what I remember, but it's a new experience.
You know, it would be the daring choice, right?
What's that?
Before it was first person, Halo was third person. And it was a tactical game. There's going to be squads. It's going to be more like Myth.
It might not go over well as a third person. That would be daring.
It would be daring. I mean, I don't think it would go over well, but fuck it. Go ham. Like, listen. The reality is this because we literally see, at least with Steam data. I mean, I don't know about, because Xbox doesn't release this stuff unless it's really helpful to them. Master Chief Collection gets more players than Halo Infinite. The Master Chief Collection is technically, 6 years older than Halo Infinite? And the games are almost 20 years older.
Well, and that's the problem with Master Chief Collection. And what blows me away is why isn't it constantly at the forefront of everything that they... Because Master Chief Collection is the multiplayer for all of those previous games. Was it 1, 2, 3? Is it 4 as well?
4, I think, is in there, yes.
ODST, Reach... All of the multiplayers are there. That game is almost evergreen.
Yeah.
It could go forever.
Yeah. Yeah. If they actually... But they rushed its release and probably had people working on it that maybe didn't know exactly what they were doing.
Shot themselves in the feet on the release, on the outset.
Yep. Once again, in that same era as the Xbox One, by the way.
Yeah.
And... That's why, I don't know, it's just so, this remake is such a bad idea, but they've been grinding their face into the wall trying to make a new Halo game that will stick with people, and it hasn't worked. To the point where you can go through and play the 343 Halo games. The stories don't connect very well because they pick up an idea, try to work with it in the game, piss all over it, and then realize, oh, well, no, we're not going to do that with this game. We're going to do something else. And then they just kind of like drop it. Like there's some connective tissue, but not very good connective tissue. And it's just, it's a lot of stop and start, you know? Like, oh, Halo's back again. Like they've done this 3 times now. Well, now we're going on 4.
And remember,
Like,
Halo, we're going to do it again. How was this experience different than the up-resed version you did for Master Chief Collection?
yeah, and famously, not a well liked version. Like people will play it, but they played it with the original graphics if they were smart, because all that was a Reach asset flip. By the way, there's Halo Infinite assets in this game, so it's not just an asset flip. It's a remake. It's like sure, kinda, like like it just
You know
there's
what?
hmm,
Not to derail your rant, because I keep thinking, I was like, well, what could they do to make this different? Probably focus hard on the individual personal cinematic experience when playing it.
mhm,
So
yeah,
almost make it more, do everything you can to make people feel more like they're in the game than ever before. Make the enemies
yeah,
more responsive, lean into it. Make it feel
I
like a brand new game, even though it's very familiar, I guess.
yeah. I think that would be the only thing you could do because it's kind. I mean, there's more to the original GameCube Resident Evil than just it's up-resed. There, I understand that, but like the reality is, it was still a fixed camera angles. Yes, they added some content, but really, it was just hey, it's that game but more beautiful. Like I think that's the only thing you can do because I don't know what else you could do because Halo One is still really playable in every facet of that phrase. Like I can just throw in the original disc and play it right now. I can put on Master Chief Collection and play it right now. Or
Which is
in
why
the
it's so
sense that like
baffling that this was the choice.
yes, and or in the fact that like it still plays great even if I had original like hardware. The game still plays really good because it was a well-made game.
Yeah.
Like it's just I don't know what you do with this because at least with the RE2 remake, it's like yeah, some people really hate the fixed camera angle thing. We're going to try something different and give it a different feel. It's still going to be a scary game or whatever because it'll be like more claustrophobic, but like
This
it's
nostalgia pop works with a game that was made in the 80s.
yeah,
that
yeah,
we didn't have another version of this that long ago.
that exactly. I mean, literally. I mean, even if you take the Master Chief Collection off the table, which you shouldn't, but let's just assume we are. They did this 10 years ago, not that long ago,
The PC
and
version.
yeah, well, it's the because they did the Halo anniversary,
Oh yeah.
and but then you add the Master Chief Collection to the mix. It's like, well, I can just play this right now, like okay, and it has multiplayer. It has online multiplayer that is the same as the multiplayer that was in Halo One, but now it's online. This is even better.
It's just
Oops.
immediately I'm like, well, this feels like they're trying to chase a nostalgia pop for a 30-year-old game.
Yeah. Well,
It's
it's the
like,
same
this
reason
isn't
why
though.
Gears of War, the Gears of War remaster is going to PlayStation. Like, hey everybody, remember this? Please remember this.
How am I supposed to
Please buy
believe in this
this.
baseball team if there's a high chance that the team is going to move to another city?
Exactly. And it's just,
Yeah.
I don't
Hey,
To
know.
buy
me,
our merch. Why?
to me, there's also a feeling of we don't know what the heck we're doing, so we're going to go back to the first Halo, which everybody loved universally across the board, and we're going to do that because we have no clue what to do with Halo.
I think the only selling point is the novelty of it being on PlayStation.
Yeah, the thing is one of the things that I've been hearing as you two have been talking, and I've mostly been listening, is the fact that um, you neither of you feels that there is a hook to get players to play this version of the game. That any
Yeah.
player who wants to play it can do so. They
Yeah.
can just go grab the original version, or they can get the Halo Master Chief Collection, and they can play the original Halo. No problems, out the door, they're playing it. The only thing they can't do with it is play it on a PlayStation. They have to have a PC or an Xbox. So, like I said, to me, this feels like we don't know where to go with Halo because nobody's liked what we've done with it recently, but everybody loved the first Halo game. Everybody was trying to trying to create the killer app, the Halo killer, because Halo was so universally beloved when it first came out. And then you add on top of it that the only novelty right now is that they're going to be able to play it on Sony hardware instead of just on Microsoft um, adjacent, at least, hardware.
Yeah, I mean, the only other thing I can think of is like, ooh, pretty graphics. That's it. That's the only thing.
Yeah,
But the
I can
trailer
think of.
didn't give me the impression that the experience was that much of an upgrade over what we
No.
got in the Master Chief Collection.
It's real. I don't think so. And granted, I am incredibly biased. I will freely admit this. Obviously, anyone that's listening to this would probably get that. But like, on top of that, in my opinion, that is incredibly biased. The original Halo still looks good because its art direction was really well done.
Yeah.
Everything holds up. Like, yes, it's not mega high def, super resolution. All the pixels, obviously, but it looks great. Everything fits together beautifully. Like, Halo 1 still has my favorite version of the Elites. Like, I
Yeah,
I
it
don't know.
reminds me of I was having this conversation with Silver. The the Shrek still looks good, shockingly, with how old it is. And you go back and watch Toy Story 1, it does not hold up.
No.
And
No.
Halo has a Shrek feel where it's like it still is playable and it still feels good and it still looks good. And it doesn't take you out of it because the graphics are so dated.
Yeah. And that's why I think you're probably right. Like yes, obviously these graphics, like it's better resolution, all this stuff, right? The God rays, whatever. But you would have to, for this to genuinely be a different experience, it has to be like what the Order 1886 was for the PS4.
An
Or
experience.
just so incredibly lifelike, like uncannily so.
Atmospheric and hyper focused on the personal individual cinematic experience, like you're in the game.
Yeah, and
it doesn't have to be just graphics. It can be presentation. It could be enemy AI reacting better or more interactively or whatever you got to do.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, Halo 1's kind of probably one of the better games you could do that with because there's so much of it's in corridors that you can probably do a lot of trickery to be able to still play this on a console. You know what I mean? And still maintain that fidelity and everything else. There's going to be a couple levels where it's going to be a real bitch, but like for the most part, you're probably going to like you can have a lot of like off-screen mumbo jumbo to hide things. Where it's not like you have to display everything in front of you. You're not like it's not like an open world game. But they're not going to do that because they're not going to put that much effort into this. And the reality is, I don't know if there's very many people in the industry, let alone inside the Microsoft system, let alone at Halo Studios, that have the passion, the knowledge, the expertise, whatever, any of that, to pull that off.
Well, they might have the passion, but I would definitely side with you on the expertise and the skill.
I'll say this. Famously, when Halo 4 was being made, 343 Studios said, like, we purposely hired people that didn't like Halo because we want to do something different. And that thing different was make it more like Call of Duty. I mean, Halo 4 was such an abomination because people forget how bad the multiplayer was, I think. It had loadouts. Halo's an arena shooter. It's all about map control and picking up weapons. Like, oh my god. Anyway.
Weapon scarcity and having to make a choice about what weapon pick up because you only could carry 2.
Mhm.
was meaningful. And you might, and
Yes.
people listening to this might go, "Oh, well, that's just a thing." It's like, no, it wasn't a thing.
No.
This is the first time it ever happened where they actually restricted you. Unlike Doom that came before, where you had like 40 bajillion weapons, Halo is
Yeah.
like, no, you're gonna have to make a choice. Do you want that sniper rifle? Do you want that pistol? Like,
Mhm.
are you worried you might run into vehicles later? Maybe you should hold on to that rocket launcher, sort of thing. It
Mhm.
became an interesting gameplay experience to have to make decisions on what you carried.
Yeah.
There was
And
something there, and then adding all of, well, you get more weapons and stuff. It's like you don't understand Halo or what the point of it was.
no. No, and that two weapon thing, you can like it can be used to be like a stressor, like in like say the level of the library. Any of those like flood levels where it's like, oh god, I just need to get more weapons because I got to kill more things. Or it can be used to do environmental storytelling, where like the Marines have set up this ambush to take out this vehicle, usually a Scarab. So there's like rocket launchers and like stuff hanging around, like stuff like that. Like,
Yep.
nah, nah, like that was not a thing. Like you said, like that, and people complained about it. It's funny. People tried to blame the blandening of games in like the seventh gen with like the brown filter and all that on Halo, which is baffling. Halo is very colorful, but
Yeah, it is. All the purple armor and stuff with the enemies and
Mhm.
bright green grass, like all that stuff. Like, but whatever.
the browning was the effect of Saving Private Ryan had on the World War II shooters, where
Yeah, that
basically
was
everything had to be the World War II cinematic experience.
it. Yeah, it was the Saving Private Ryan, the Black Hawk Down. It was that.
The Band
It
of
was
Brothers,
the
yeah.
like we sepia toned it. That was how you know it's gritty.
It makes you feel like you're in the movie. I mean, that was the
Yeah.
point of Medal of Honor. That's why they had the beach landing battle, so you could hide.
Yep.
I remember I was watching a review from these local guys when I was living in South Dakota at the time, and one
Mhm.
guy being like, "Well, I don't know why all these World War II veterans are complaining. All you do is have to sit behind the big metal objects and then wait for the red to go away from your screen."
Oh my god.
I mean, whatever, guys.
Fucking whiners over there.
Just wait
Jesus.
for the gun to move after the red goes away and just run to the next spot. I mean, come on.
Hello.
um, so I have a question then, Ross.
Yes.
How are you feeling then about the direction that Halo has gone now?
Oh, this is listen. I Halo Reach was a half disappointment for me. That's been 15 years ago that game came out. I loved the campaign. The multiplayer really didn't do anything for me, and so I came back to Halo when I was in college again, like later, and I played Halo 4 and I hated it. And I've been unimpressed with everything 343's done since. And this to me is more of the same. The fact that we have now the the Xbox killer app. I mean, Master Chief is Xbox, period.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like
and
Mario's Nintendo.
yes, and now he's going to PlayStation. And it's like, well, that's a great sign, isn't it? Not only is it a sign of bad things for Microsoft, that's it is more of the same and further indication of how bad the Halo brand is right now.
Master Chief
Um,
is making out with Sony, and Xbox likes to watch.
Dad does. Um, yeah, it's just really it's really sad. I it's not in a good place. It hasn't been in a good place. I mean, Halo went from like the multiplayer game to very much a sideshow. To like, oh yeah, another Halo game released. Meanwhile, Battlefield and Call of Duty were duking it out. Nobody cared. Like, And as far as single player games went, you had games like, and I'm talking more in the grander scheme of gaming, not necessarily just on Xbox, but like games like, the Elder Scrolls games, Last of Us, that were just like eating their lunch left and right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whether or not it was a shooter, I mean, there was just better. I'm not gonna play this. Like,
Better
especially
single player experience.
No, by a country mile. And on top of that, like Doom 2016, great game. I mean, it's what that is another example of, hey, how do you take this thing that like things have changed, like people expect something different. There you go.
It's
There's
Doom, but a leveled up experience.
Yep. And the reality is Doom was something that was taking the place of what Halo was. And
your arena shooter, your run and gun,
and
overpowered heroic monster of a character.
Yeah. And Halo has just been a shadow of itself moving around. And I'll be honest, I distrust people who are still like open brazen fans of Halo, because I don't know what sort of like head trauma you have to suffer to think that Halo is still worth anything anymore beyond the Bungie games. Like I have a hard time grasping that. They must have been children when they played it. And you start to see that where like people who are very clearly like 10 or 12 when Halo 4 came out are now on the internet talking like Halo 4 was actually good, everybody. And it's like, no, it wasn't. But that's
what is this going to be? The people who watched the originals when they were young, as opposed to people who watched the prequels with Star Wars when they were young?
Yeah. I mean, there is, kind of. There's going to be some of that for sure.
Well, so can I push against your doom and gloom narrative and ask you an interesting question?
Go for it.
Both of you can answer this as well. Is there a scenario when it comes to the remake of Halo that could actually turn this around for you?
At least maybe partially. I would say, obviously, as far as what it means for the greater health of Xbox, no, because they're never. It's releasing on PlayStation. Period.
It's a bad
right?
sign.
Like,
yeah,
that's happening. But for Halo itself as a brand, maybe. I'll just say before I get into like not what I've seen in the trailer. If it's that, no. But yeah, I mean, it would have to be like you said, where it's just like a really, like, it's a new experience. Whether, not necessarily changing the story or anything like major, but just like high fidelity, more reactive, smarter, like that kind of thing. That would be really impressive. I wish that was in this trailer. Clearly, that's not in this trailer. And you know what? The other thing that would give me hope.
Yeah.
If they put Halo to bed. And I know that sounds counterintuitive, but how can I miss you if you don't go away?
What is it, the Star Wars problem of maybe they should let it sit for 10 years before we bring it back?
Yeah. And, recently we've had, I guess on the flip side of that, recently Battlefield 6 came out, and Battlefield 6 actually had hype.
Yeah.
People were actually interested. People were actually excited, which I didn't think after Battlefield 5 and 2042, I didn't think was going to happen again. And it did. Now, there's currently argument about whether Battlefield 6 lives up to that. I am on the fence myself. I think it's certainly better than 2042 was. But
is it possible that the love for Battlefield 6 is because they began to miss Battlefield, and not because they didn't make games, is because they're missing what Battlefield used to be, and that there is a possibility that they could make a Halo that recaptures what Halo used to be and actually recreates that scenario where I actually was missing Halo and this brings it back?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I think so. Yes. Cause I don't know if you ever played 2042. You're not a big modern.
Just because you wanted to play it, we played it a little bit.
But it was so different. I mean, even the menu system was just baffling to try and navigate compared to previous ones.
Yeah, I don't like future shooters. I don't.
Well, and they tried to turn it into a hero shooter, Whereas Battlefield 6 was like, yep, we're coming back. There's classes and like, like it's more like what you remember. I think Halo could do that, yes. The problem is, well, I think, yes, they could. There is a reality where this happens. It's not going to be this game.
At least not according to the trailer they gave us. It did not give us that.
Right, unless there's major overhaul. It's not going to, like, if it's what's in that trailer, it's not going to be this game.
Yeah, the trailer was like, hey, look, it's Halo in Unreal 5.
Yeah, look, everybody, it's John Halo. Remember him? You love him.
Yeah, right now
Halo.
I can't see anything, from just hearing from you guys, and then I watched the, what was it? It wasn't the trailer. But it did have some of they showed some side by side, and it was a lot of people talking and stuff about what they were putting into it and all that other stuff. To me, they haven't done enough to distinguish this version of Halo from anything that's happened in the past. And so I just don't see right now a compelling reason for me to shell out the money to buy another version of Halo when I already own the first two. I own both the original Halo and the Master Chief Collection. So why am I going to spend money on this version of Halo? You haven't given me a compelling enough reason. Now, if they, like you said, if they come out and they say, look, we've increased the adaptability of the computer AI, we have really focused in on making this a new cinematic experience, you're going to definitely see a difference between the original experience that you had and this version. Yeah, it's going to have the same basic story, the same basic structure, but you are going to feel more immersed. You're going to feel a part of the Halo universe more so than you have ever felt in the past, and not just give us those platitudes, but actually say, it's because of reasons X, Y, and Z that didn't exist prior, that exist now. I think that, at least as far as from what I've seen up to this point, that there just isn't a compelling enough reason to jump on board with this.
I could give you a scenario where you buy it. If the rest of us buy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that you play it with us. Because it's funny that you define it under the financial of like, I don't know why I would buy it. Look, I own the first Halo and I own Master Chief Collection. Why do I need to play it again? Unless the experience is a level up from the previous experience. That is, unless one of you buy it and then we have to play the campaign.
Yeah. Does it even have co-op though? Since it's not going to have multiplayer. Oh, it will. Okay. It will have it.
Yeah, it'll be cross-platform.
Yeah, maybe.
We've played worse games solely because of co-op.
That's true.
Oh, certainly. Yes. Listen, we were going to try to play Anthem, so
Well, I keep trying to argue that we need to turn into a Skull and Bones podcast.
Hey, we could get it now, buddy.
Where it's Ubisoft Skull and Bones 24/7 all day, every day.
Listen, you say the word, buddy. I'm there. All right.
We're
just let me know.
Skull and Bones YouTube channel. Look forward to the change, everybody.
Yeah, it's happening because it's on Game Pass now with Ubisoft Plus, which is like finding out that there's like AMC Plus. Why does this exist?
I wish it were different. I have the feeling of someone in resignation. Because I've seen this happen to franchises I love over and over and over again. This has happened to Star Wars, where I was an obsessive Star Wars fan. I played every game I could get a hold of. I watched the films multiple times. I played the bad video games. I was full on board with the prequels, and that was like in middle school, high school sort of thing. I was super into Star Wars, read the Extended Universe books extensively. I've got stacks of extensive Star Wars books. And then just to watch something I love deteriorate to the point where I haven't even seen the last Star Wars movie. That's how much I've abandoned it and how much I feel like I've lost something I love. And then to extend that to other franchises, Indiana Jones. I mean, there were studios that no matter what they made, I would show up for it. Obsidian, until they made bad games.
Yeah.
Freaking the Alan Wake studio. Respawn? Is it?
Remedy?
Remedy. Any game they made, I was showing up for. I bought day one Alan Wake 2 and regretted it.
No.
And just everything you love it does not have a long lifespan, because eventually the people who are working on a studio that you love are not the same people that worked on even the last game. People come in and out of these studios. So any of you going, well, this game is from the same studio that made something I like, and it's like, it's not the same people. And I know as much as we want to believe in these companies and believe that they're going to have a track record of success and quality, that's just not true. And it's never been true. Believe in the game as far as you can throw it. Believe in any of these forms of media as far as you can throw it. If they make a good game, then tentatively look at the next one. It'll look like the next one's going to be good. And if they disappoint you, treat it as a case-by-case basis. I mean, the amount of disappointment I've had with studios, because it's funny, it's like it used to be like Bethesda, BioWare, that sort of thing. And then BioWare started making games that disappointed me, and Bethesda started making games that disappointed me, and Blizzard started making games that disappointed me. And I always held on to the fact, it's like, yeah, but Obsidian though. And Obsidian still, even after years, could produce good games until we got our recent outings. And Remedy could still make good stuff, that finished studio, until we got our recent outings. It's like, no matter what you do, your team will always disappoint you, and you might keep rooting for that baseball team, but they're never going to make it to the playoffs.
So one of the things that one of you mentioned, I forget, I think it was Rhett. One of the studios said that they hired a bunch of developers that hated Halo because they wanted to do something different.
Yeah.
That was Ross.
How much do you feel that has contributed to these type of misses, so to speak, in gaming, where it just felt like the studio, instead of hiring people who would have tried to at least preserve the spirit between games because they loved the IP initially, and this kind of push to say, look, we want to make a new game, but we feel that if we hire fanboys or fangirls to do the game, they won't create something new. They'll just make more of the same, which is kind of what the gamers want.
I mean, stagnation is always a danger.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I think the problem is now. So like maybe with Halo 4, maybe even Halo 5, but I'm not sure. I think it's now to the point, certainly with Infinite and most certainly with this game, it's been so long since the good Halos, that now they think this is what Halo is. Do you know what I mean? Like
Battlefield 6 works because it's a predictable, traditional experience.
Yeah, whereas like now, like the people who are working on Halo, whether or not they think it's good or like, screw Halo, I don't think they're even around anymore. Maybe, I don't know.
I mean, that attitude has spread across more than just video games. It was movies. It's how many times we've seen like a comic book movie where they were like, yeah, the studio told me specifically not to read the comics. I was like, why won't you read the comics? You're making about the
You're making a movie about the comics. You should read the comics.
I mean, Witcher, famously the director of the Netflix Witcher hates The Witcher.
Yeah, which is brilliant.
Which is why the show isn't about The Witcher. It's about like the girl bosses around The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fine, but that's not The Witcher. So make your own dang show about witches. Stop trying to ruin everybody else's fun.
You jerks.
Halo's on the downturn. I suppose there's a plausible scenario where things get turned around for everybody, but yeah, it's disappointing. I love Halo. Halo.
Yeah,
I think the first console I ever owned personally that wasn't like a family console was the original Xbox for me, and Halo was the game I got with
same
it.
here.
Yeah.
And playing Halo back in the day on the little TV, it was a personal, important experience. I was always a single player guy. I never cared about the multiplayer.
Mm.
But I
me
remember crawling out to sort of day one, pre-order Halo 2, showing up in line at GameStop. And it's just, these things matter to people. There's something attached to it. And nostalgia isn't enough to overpass the already destroyed reputation. Me and Ross were talking about this. Maybe you can end this discussion with destroyed reputations. Because, I mean,
Yeah.
Star Wars and Marvel and stuff, it seems like no matter how popular and amazing your franchise is, it doesn't seem like it's that easy to recover from damaging the reputation of your brand. Because as soon as it's damaged, people seem to not trust it after that.
Well, not only that, but the when the brand is damaged, those who have done the damage double down on it. They're like, "You just don't understand," and then they shovel
it's
out more
good.
of the same, rather than saying, "Oops, we apologize," and going back and like atoning for that mistake, so to speak.
Yeah. Yeah, it's and you know, I guess there's some like Halo fans for like the new ones, but it is not what it was. Like the people who loved Halo when Halo was big, they're not. I don't think they're really around anymore at all.
Yeah.
I think that's long gone. I think 4 killed it. At number one, they moved on to other things.
Yeah.
Just part of either growing up or new games came out, and those were the big thing. Sure, that's part of it. But on top of that, people like me, like, well, you're not making it anymore, so I don't want to buy what you have. Or I will when it's used in the game store and it's like $5.
Yeah.
Goodness. I enjoyed this discussion. But
Me too.
it's time to take a poop.
The Distracted Gamer Podcast. Big steaming pile of new stuff.
Hey everybody, it's the classiest part of this podcast, the Big Steaming Pile of News Dump, where we sit down and we go over news very quickly that has gone on this week that might be relevant. The point of doing that is, so you guys can catch up if you missed anything that's been going on. We're going to throw a lot at you, so time to start going through the news dump. JD Vance seems to have leaned into the meme about himself, and people thought it was hilarious and also upset that he doesn't care that people are making fun of him.
No, you're supposed to hate it.
I thought it was funny. Whether or not you like him or not, it's like, yeah, that's probably the appropriate way to deal with a massive meme
It definitely is.
that makes fun of you constantly. Shifting on, the October box office hit a 30-year low, the worst numbers since 1997, except for COVID.
Jesus.
It looks like things are healthy in the old studios. Things are going really well. Shifting on in the news. What, Ross?
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I mean, I'm not surprised considering what's out in the theaters right now.
Yeah.
Is there anything
I
out
thought
this
Tron Ares
October?
was going to be the biggest thing.
Yeah, I think they did think Tron Ares was going to do so. I really love that Jared Leto showing up to surprise people in an empty theater to see Tron. Hey everybody, it's Jared Leto, and there's 5 people like, yay.
I think that if I'd found out that he was going to be there and I just happened to be going, I would have canceled. So,
Oh no,
it's not
I'd
worth my
show up
time.
to ask him awkward questions. Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely. So how's the sex cult going? How do you convince him to stay? Because there ain't no way you got that kind of a hammer on you, pal.
Do you hire Hollywood studios to create elaborate fake miracles? How many people in your harem? Men or women?
What sort of dirt do you have on people? What's going on here?
do you allow people to leave, or do they have to escape like Scientology?
Ooh, is there fences, or is it just more of like an island sitch? I don't know.
Yeah. Are they electrified, or do you have guards?
Are they armed, or is it just like a truncheon sitch?
Are they live
Phasers.
rounds, or are they rubber bullets?
Ooh, that's a good question. Yeah.
Are your guards, do they capture, or is it lethal to send a message to the rest who want to leave?
This is more like the most dangerous game kind of thing.
Can you survive Jared Leto's sex cult? So apparently, according to GameSpot, there's a bunch of massive releases coming out this October. So I was like, I'll be the judge of that. Football Manager 26, or at least this period in November 4th. Y'all excited for Football Manager 26?
Oh, yeah,
Satisfactory.
Oh.
The Fable manga build roguelike. Another
Uh-oh.
big banger.
Okay.
Siberia Remastered. Siberia is an old point and click. I remember my sister
down for
playing
that
this. Hyrule Warriors Age of Imprisonment. Just another repeat of a game on the Switch 2, because the Switch 2 is killing it. Unbeatable. That seems like the only unique, unhorrible looking. Into the Grid. Card game robot something. Lumens Arise. Winter Burrow. Not a lot of standouts. Yakuza Kiwami and Kiwami 2. Are these these are Switch releases.
Okay.
Anno 117 Pax Romana. This is probably the only standout for me. Little Corners, Call of Duty Black Ops 7. I mean, Black Ops 7 is really the only. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. Yeah, Black Ops 7, that's the Switch release.
Okay.
Where Winds Meet. I think this is a China. Yeah.
Oh.
This is a China game. Escape from Tarkov, Ross.
On what?
PC. I think it's finally the full release.
Oh God! God help everybody. Jesus. Listen, if you buy that game, you are a fucking lunatic. Just gonna tell you that right now. That game is crazy.
Deadpool VR, because that's going to sell some VR for the MetaQuest 3.
Sure.
SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide. Oh, that's kind of a cool looking game. Demon School.
Oh.
Moonlighter 2. Outlaws. Kirby Air Riders. That's a standout. Stalker 2. Heart of Chernobyl for the PS5. It's already out on Xbox, and it didn't help, apparently.
No. Well, anyone that thought that game wouldn't release buggy is genuinely nuts, because the original games are still a buggy nightmare, and they came out almost 20 years ago. So,
Terminator 2D No Fate.
oh, is that the Super Nintendo? Oh, is it a remake of the Super Nintendo game, or is it just like in the
I
vein
think
of-
it is a stylized, like
Okay.
old school Terminator sort of thing. I mean, my point
Cool.
being, the releases are not as big of a banger as people seem to be making it out to be.
No, I think you're right. I think Black Ops 7 is going to be the big one. And
Yeah, kind of Kirby.
it doesn't have great hype.
Kirby a little bit. Anno for me a little bit. Oh, so here's a fun article I thought Ross would really love.
Yes.
Google says that that search AI mode will know everything about you. Apparently, Google wants AI mode on search to be as personal as possible, and it'll soon tap into services like Gmail or Drive to know more about you. Google believes the future search is going to be more personal than ever, largely due to the increase in large language model usage. as spotted by Gagan Gultra on X in recent podcasts with Silicon Valley Girl. Google's Robbie Stein suggested that the company is exploring ways to let AI access Gmail or Google Drive. We announced at I.O. an opportunity for users in the future to be able to opt into an experience with enhanced personalization. We want people to be able to help Google and help services know more about you so that it could be more helpful. That means future AI will pull details from your emails, documents, and other Google apps to give truly customized responses. For example, it could summarize flight information from Gmail, create a schedule using Calendar, or pull trip ideas from maps and Drive files. An all-in-one spy situation, everybody.
Yeah. I'm going to turn that off from the get-go.
Unrelated to anything we were just talking about.
Mhm.
YouTube AI has started removing Windows 11 workaround videos and considers them harmful. That's
Oh.
right. Based solely off of the standard that if it's considered harmful or dangerous, YouTube's AI has decided to start removing Windows 11 workaround videos on YouTube based
Jesus,
upon
oh
it
boy.
being harmful or dangerous, according to the AI.
Oh, I'm really glad.
Well, I for one welcome our robot overlords.
Hey,
Hey.
fuck you. I'll watch what I want, you piece of shit.
Hey, there's been a lot of layoffs recently. UPS 48,000, Amazon 30,000, Intel 24, Nestle 16, Accenture 11, Ford 11, Microsoft 7, blah, blah, blah. Let's see, Paramount 2, Target 1,800, Kroger 1, Apple, Meta 600. So things are going really well in the market as of recently.
Yep.
Lots of layoffs. More specifically, let's address the Amazon layoffs, because apparently the Amazon layoffs just this last few weeks was 14,000.
Oof.
And their explanation was it wasn't about cutting costs or AI taking jobs. It's about culture.
Uh,
Our culture is that we don't like people, and so we're going to get rid of them.
Apparently, a lot of those jobs are going to be replaced with robots. So that's cool.
Wonderful.
Yes, but it's not robots, Rhett. They told us straight out it wasn't robots.
Or AI replacing jobs.
no.
And there's been a huge snafu of drama on the YouTube side. YouTube has dropped Disney's ABC, ESPN, and other networks after the two sides failed to reach a new deal. That's right. Pulled off of YouTube TV.
Jesus.
YouTube TV removed Disney's networks as much as 30 minutes before the previous carriage deal expired at the stroke of midnight, after two sides remained far apart on a deal renewal to keep ABC, ESPN, and more on the internet TV service.
That's kind of big, isn't it? I mean, YouTube TV is a big thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's huge.
Competitive now with cable.
Disney's taking big
Yeah.
L's.
And apparently Disney's top brass have started to rally the troops amid the YouTube backlash. Walt Disney Company is rallying the troops as its TV channels go dark on YouTube TV. Disney Entertainment co-chairs Dana and Alan and ESPN chief Jimmy send a note to staff Friday thanking them for their work and continued focus while admonishing YouTube, its parent company Google, for the dispute. Yeah, that's really bad for them.
Yeah. So it was just they couldn't come to a deal.
Nope.
I wonder who, like, not to be crass, but I wonder who fucked it up. Was it YouTube or Disney? I bet it was Disney being greedy, but who knows?
I don't know.
Well, I mean,
I'm not in the room.
Yeah.
yeah. What I think, just based on what we've discussed in prior shows and things, that YouTube is huge now.
Yeah.
Right. It's rivaling Comcast,
Yeah.
and I would imagine that Disney wants a cut of that action, and YouTube doesn't want to give it to them. I
Maybe.
could be wrong about that.
It doesn't sound off boards on the speculation. Disney probably feels like it's got bigger britches than it really does in this space, as YouTube is just replacing everything. And Disney might have its own streaming service, but YouTube is bigger. And it's the future.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
It just is. Let's move on. Oh, YouTube has more drama, apparently. YouTube smacks down on Valve's beloved Counter-Strike 2 skins and potentially crushed GTA 6 videos and new content restrictions against gambling, mass violence, and realistic human characters. Ross, you know a little bit about this.
Well, I know that the part I know is that Valve, like Steam, I guess it's Valve, changed how the economy works in Counter-Strike 2. That's the only part I know.
Well, apparently YouTube's been cracking down using their policies against gambling and going after videos involving the skins for Counter-Strike, as well as violence, which has gone after GTA 6 videos. I wonder if YouTube's concerned about liability because now they're concerned, like cable stations used to be concerned, about the content being displayed on their platform.
You know, I that's a really funny. I didn't even think of that till that. Well, because there's the YouTube TV aspect of YouTube, right?
Yeah.
And now, now the YouTube we all know and love, that aspect of it where you upload your own stuff and we're all shit like that, maybe that's going away, or at least getting greatly restricted. Which means maybe we'll actually get a competitive YouTube competitor.
Rumble, maybe. I mean, I would stream on Rumble someday, I guess.
Yeah, or Kick.
Co-stream or whatever. Not Twitch. Things are going south there.
Yeah. Kick is the one taking over Twitch's space.
For those who don't know, there was a major outage with Xbox Live because of Microsoft's Azure network hit a global snag, bringing down Office 365, Xbox Live, and cloud services worldwide.
Jesus God.
2 days ago on October 29th. It reminds me when Amazon's servers went down and people couldn't use their smart beds.
That was Monday last week.
Yeah. I wonder what's going on. Especially with everything so interconnected. Maybe it's not smart to have basic things requiring to have. I mean, Microsoft 365 going down, like that involves Word and Office and stuff.
Word, Excel, PowerPoint, yeah.
Is it that vital that you have to be connected to the internet to type your dissertation?
Yes. How can you unlock all the features, Rhett? Good Lord, man.
I miss when we used to have Clippy.
You know what? Clippy would never do this to us. You're right. Neither would Bonzi Buddy.
Clippy was a trusted friend who was so helpful he wouldn't go away. He kept showing up trying to ask if I needed help.
Certainly not a stalker.
Do you need help? It's like, shut up, Clippy. I'm doing stuff.
I got stuff going on.
We did that. Major outage. Shifty down. Also, an unfortunate bit of news. Microsoft's revenue has fallen $113 million year over year. About 29%.
Ooh.
Maybe this explains the series of decisions.
Yikes. God damn.
The notable drop in sales for Xbox compared to last quarter. $113 million down from the previous. Still, $5 billion revenue, but it's a drop.
Yeah.
Maybe they got concerned with recent events, which also falls into related information that Jason has.
Yeah. Apparently, the latest quarterly earnings report, they were talking about the Xbox hardware sales are down significantly. The brand itself is barely treading water. And Microsoft, it says that their top brass, they're thinking about the margins. But how can they think? And this article points out, how can they think about the margins when they're so far down? Apparently, it was down 22%. and its first party games and Game Pass. The first party games and Game Pass subscriptions are doing better, but they only went up by 1%.
Oh.
And it apparently it all hinges on the fact that Microsoft has decided that they reportedly set a 30% profit expectation across the entire Xbox brand, and as recently as 2022, Xbox was barely hitting 12%.
Yeah, we reported on that
So
last week, but yeah.
yeah, but they are doing a next gen Xbox. Apparently, it's codenamed Magnus. But they figure that the new one coming out is probably going to cost double the 650 price tag of the Xbox Series X.
It started out as 5, and they're doubling at the inflated number now.
Yeah.
Apparently, Microsoft. This was an article 2-3 years ago. Microsoft loses $200 on every Xbox they sell. So that's a few games before they actually start making money. That's why the Switch was such an amazing console. Not just because it was a good console, but because it was so reasonably priced that they apparently, after one game, were revenue positive.
Wow.
Took one game for Nintendo to be revenue positive on the Switch. As opposed to the Series X, they're down $200 right out the gate. Oh, good Lord.
That's not a business model you should follow.
No. These seem like poor decisions.
Yeah.
Do what every movie does. We're going to do well as long as we bank on the fact this movie's going to make $1 billion. And if it doesn't, we're doing really poorly. Got to make that gamble. Ross has fallen off the truck here. He'll sneak back in because his internet's probably being butt. Shifting on. I got some apparently explanations or justifications from CEO Satya Nadella defending the controversial moves around exclusivity recently. Let's see. We want to be a fantastic publisher, similar to the approach what we did with Office. We're going to be everywhere on every platform. We want to make sure whether it's consoles, whether it's PC, whether it's mobile, whether it's cloud gaming or the TV, we just want to make sure that the games are being enjoyed by gamers everywhere. This doesn't sound like somebody who's doubling down on the hardware. This sounds like somebody who's trying to spread themselves around to survive rather than win the specific console conflict. I don't remember where the quote was. She said something else that was goofy, and for some reason I can't bring it up from the top of my head anymore. Yeah, these just seem like justifications. Oh yeah, she said something about Windows, where apparently she said, well, we're not losing the console. I'm paraphrasing. She didn't say it specifically, but that apparently they're not really losing the console war if you consider the fact that the biggest platform for gaming is still Windows. And I was like, that is cope.
And that's not a console.
It is.
She's like, well, Steam still has to run on a Windows platform. And I was like, sure. For those of you who are big fans of Doctor Who, recently it was Disney that foot the bill for the recent Doctor Who outing. Yeah. Paid a huge chunk of it so that Doctor Who could come out on the BBC. Well, it didn't go super well, and it looks like Disney is ending the Doctor Who partnership with the BBC, which doesn't look good for future Doctor Who installments if you're hoping to see more, as they've lost a massive amount of money. Not to mention the fact that the recent Doctor Who installments were considered quite poor by most who were fans. I can't say specifically because I don't watch Doctor Who.
They were already getting questionable before Jodie Whittaker took over. Talking
about Nintendo, Jason, what was it you had?
So this one was some of it is the gamer that was involved in this. Apparently, this gamer Jesse Keegan, I believe is the name. He got sued by Nintendo because what he was doing was he was streaming Nintendo games pirated before they were released, and so Nintendo sued him for it. And he wrote letters to the company saying things like, he has 1,000 burner channels to stream. I can do this all day. Should have done more research on me. You might run a corporation. I run the streets.
Okay, so look, I understand the cockiness and the gall to do this, but Nintendo will find you.
Yeah, and they did. They served him in a lawsuit, and apparently he evaded service, but they got him through email that they sent to his email and letters that they sent to his mother, grandmother, and partner. Anyway, he failed to respond by the deadline, so the county clerk entered a default judgment against him on March 26th. And Nintendo only decided to take out 17,000 to impose $17,500 in damages, where
That's
they could
low.
have gotten $100,000 for each of the 10 games that he streamed illegally.
No, if I were Nintendo, I would have. Well, look, knowing Nintendo, I'm not being them, but I would have made an example of this young man.
Yeah. I'm surprised that Nintendo was so lenient.
I know.
Basically, they only asked for 10,000 on the infringement for Mario and Luigi Brothership, as well as 75,000, so $500 for 15 other violations of circumvention of its anti-piracy security. So they were being a little bit lenient in this case when they could have gone at least for $10,000 or $100,000 from this dude. But yeah.
Well, you can run and you can hide, but litigious Nintendo will track you down and cut your throat
Yep.
and leave you in the street to bleed. Nintendo is coming for you, Ross, and you can't escape.
It's terrifying.
Why does it always feel like I keep clicking on the wrong thing? I thought you were talking about the Pal World thing, which is what you have up here now.
Yeah, that was similar but slightly different. So Nintendo sues Pal World because of the Pokemon style stuff that they were doing in the game, and apparently the courts in Japan sided with Pear. What is the company name? It's Pear something or other. Pocket Pair. So they sided with Pocket Pair, saying, "Yeah, your mechanics were already in other games prior to you adopting them for Pokemon, and so you can't claim them to be infringing your copyright because you used them. Other games used similar style things." Even though Pal World actually changed a couple things to kind of, skirt these allegations, it appears that Pokemon actually started filing patents after Pal World came out. So it's really muddy.
Nintendo will sue you no
it
matter
looks
what.
like-
I'm shocked they lost
What was
this.
that? Yeah. Well, the thing is that apparently they've gone after Pocket Pair both in Japan, but also in the United States. And Nintendo in the United States, it was granted a patent covering gameplay mechanics related to summoning of a subcharacter to let it fight for another. So, like in the United States, they're winning, but in Japan, they're losing.
That's weird and backwards because Japan's usually very protective of IPs. Very. Sweet. Let's shift on then. Amazon, there we go. So everybody, with the recent layoffs, we've had a turn of events that cannot be foreseen, as apparently Amazon's game business has crumbled The public is
Oh.
surprised to discuss that it was trying to compete with Steam all this time.
That's a bummer. Wait, you were? Oh.
Yeah,
I didn't know
what
that's you
died
were
in the
doing.
meantime that might bum you out is Nintendo was on their way to try and create a Lord of the Rings MMO,
No.
wow.
and
You
it
mean
crashed.
Amazon?
Amazon, and it crashed and burned. Goodness. Disney has bought Fubo, the streaming service, to merge it with Hulu Live, I guess. But Hulu Live is going away. Hulu is going away.
Who's going away?
Well, is this in like other markets than here?
I guess so. Fubo is
No.
something that exists. It's mostly like a free streaming with ads, as far as I recall.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean, you can get it here. I don't know that it's super popular, but you can totally get it here. This one, apparently, Reddit was talking about where their traffic and stuff is coming from, and they said that about 50% of the traffic comes from Google and 50% comes from direct access. So even though we have all these AI chatbots and whatever else running around that are using Reddit's data, Reddit is not getting a lot of pass through from these chatbots and stuff.
I hope that's true. Bots are becoming more of a dominant feature across the board when it comes to the internet.
Yeah.
What is the dead internet theory or whatever, that eventually the internet's just going to be bots looking at the content that they create?
Bots searching
Yeah.
bots.
Yeah.
Great.
AI looking at creating fake traffic for AI generated articles and stuff like that.
Oh god, and just fake
Yeah.
chatbot gooners for fake chatbot porn stars and everything. Like, it's just a nightmare.
Yep.
Ugh.
So Super Sentai, the series that inspired Power Rangers, is ending after 50 years.
Oh,
It apparently is basically the one that established the formula for these types of shows, and the main driver of these shows was merchandise, and so apparently they're not making their money back through the merchandising anymore, so it's going away.
toy industry is tumbling. It's hard to sell toys to kids who have like Nintendos.
Yeah.
Or even a tablet.
Oh.
Good lord.
Yeah.
Ooh, it's me.
Yeah, apparently they made most of their money through toys, costumes, whatever else.
Oh no.
She's here.
Hey everybody, it's Silvervale. Oh, what was
Silver?
A horse. That's just a horse.
that? I'm confused. I don't understand, Silver. What happens when we say, oh. She's upsetting the horses, everybody. We better keep moving
it's,
on.
It's baffling. I don't understand.
No.
How was your, avoiding your name, how was your Halloween?
So much Halloween stuff. You know?
So nothing and you did homework?
Oh, yeah.
Nerd. Nerd.
Yeah, I had a test Halloween.
Oh, awesome.
Ooh.
That was
Silver gave me
Who doesn't love
brownies.
taking a test?
Silver gave me brownies and Diabito is hunting for me.
He's coming.
I told you to watch out.
He's stalking in my closet and he's looking for me because of the brownies you gave me. But they are my mother loves those brownies, by the way.
very good.
Yes, delicious.
Fish free.
Delicious.
Well, nice of you to
There's-
join us.
So many details about making those brownies. I just went, oh, when making them.
Is it like a Herculean effort to figure those things out?
Oh, well, everything was going according to plan until I realized that we didn't have regular Oreos that go in them. They were mega stuffed.
Mega stuff is the correct decision.
So, yeah, there was not enough brownie to cover the Oreo in it, so I had to make even more brownie to cover the Oreo because they were so big.
Oh, they're thick. They're thick boys.
Oh, yeah. It nearly flooded the pan. It was amazing.
Silver caught me like half awake as I stumbled out to get the brownies from her. And I think I flashed gang signs at you for some reason.
Yeah, I walked out there and it was like, oh, Rhett's half here right now.
I am half there.
And you're like, why did you decide to bring me brownies? I'm like, it's your birthday, isn't it? And you're like, I guess.
In my brain-addled state, I was probably confused that people were doing nice things for me. And I was like, dang it, friends.
I just felt like, well, it's your birthday, isn't it? And you're like, oh, yeah, I guess so.
I was confused. Rhett falls apart when he's tired.
Hilarious.
Anyway, I appreciate
And
it, bro.
I got text messages from your mother immediately afterward being like, oh my gosh, these are amazing.
Diabeto now haunts me, though.
Good.
He stalks
happy.
me. He hunts me at
He's
night.
in your closet just whispering.
The good thing that Diabeto is slow, but he is relentless.
He is slow. He's like that snail. You know, that snail that if it ever catches you, you die.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Diabeto.
That is Diabeto. Shifting back to the news dump, now that Silver has joined us, Jason has some...
Yeah. So Liam Hemsworth is,
That one caught me off guard for some reason.
Red Scared of Horses confirmed.
Netflix has released the next season of The Witcher,
Oh.
and Liam Hemsworth has taken over as Geralt of Rivia.
Oh.
And the early reviews, it said, like US Magazine Variety calling the season for an upgrade, while The Guardian says Hemsworth is as charismatic as a bollard in a wig.
IGN notoriously gave Penguin a 5 and Witcher season 4 a 7.
Holy cow.
Jesus.
Even Kotaku has admitted reviews are not positive for Witcher season 4.
So they were talking to a couple of people. Sabrina Barr, TV editor at Metro, says Henry Cavill was the epitome of Geralt, and seeing Hemsworth in the role was jarring. She gave it
It's
a
hard-
3.5-star review. She says that I've got to give them credit for taking a really difficult situation and deciding to run with their creative vision. And I'm sitting there thinking, no, you don't.
The bad creative
I mean,
vision.
it's they're in this situation because of what they created, not in spite of it.
The
in my
Witcher is
opinion,
about
this season
Geralt.
is the best.
It just is. And the show is about anybody but Geralt.
She says, I personally would have been a lot more upset if they just canceled the show. I have to give them credit for carrying the story, knowing full well that from the very start there would be people criticizing the choice of main actor no matter who it was. The problem is that there would have been no criticism if Henry Cavill had stayed in the role. And again, this isn't about replacing Henry Cavill. This is about you creating such a toxic situation that he left. Because-
There would be criticism because the show wasn't good.
Well, right. But there wouldn't be criticism over who was acting in the role.
Well, to be fair
Um,
to Liam, he's entering into a character that became kind of iconic before
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, this
And
this
it's not
isn't his fault.
really his fault. He's doing his best, and they should have canceled the show instead of replacing him. It was a
Yeah.
poor decision.
The other person that they had looking what is I'm trying to say here? There was another editor or another critic that said, in his view, Liam Hemsworth does a pretty good job in the main role. I'm not going to lie and say he's better than Henry Cavill, but I
Oh,
do think
I mean-
Liam Hemsworth does a really solid job.
That's good.
Um,
I'm not going to watch it.
the thing is that he says that people aren't giving enough credit to Lawrence Fishburne.
I heard
um,
Lawrence Fishburne's good in it.
Yeah. It's definitely not the best show ever. And what was it? Where was it? There was something he said. Word. Let's see. There's something about oh, here it is. Losing Henry Cavill is tough, but I do think they have built that trust with the audience, so now it does work. I'm like, there is no trust from the audience.
No. They haven't liked it since season 2.
No.
Back when he was there.
Yeah. Season 3 was bad, and he was in the show. They're not going to turn around a bad show. They made every effort. I mean, Henry Cavill said this specifically. He said he had to accept the fact that the vision of the show and the creator wasn't what the books were about. And instead of just a show about Geralt, it was an ensemble show. And it's like, that's absolutely
Right.
what happened, because the show became about the witches and Yennefer and all of that stuff. And I was like, why? I don't give a flying fart about these characters. I want to watch The Witcher. The Witcher. And so I abandoned after season 2. I don't really care enough about The Witcher. I never read the books, but I played all of the games because they're good. I'm not convinced that the new one's going to be any good that they're making, because it seems to be they're not focusing on The Witcher. They're making it the series show, and now it's just going to be a bad game. Everybody likes to take stuff that's good and then change it and then ruin it. I'm so sick of this, like, ruining IP simply because you have a different vision, because you have a freaking agenda, or you want to feature somebody else besides what the IP's intentions are. The Witcher could suck a big one.
Well, it already has.
Let's shift on.
It's just going to keep on.
Taylor Sheridan is leaving Paramount for Universal.
Dear God.
The King of Yellowstone is finding a new home. Incidentally, apparently where he's going is he is going to write a Call of Duty movie.
No. Oh.
Excuse me.
I beg your pardon?
Yeah, Ross, how do you feel about a Call of Duty movie written by Taylor Sheridan?
Well, I assume he's going to write himself as a super cool special forces guy with a model girlfriend.
And then there's going to be a story for like 30 minutes where somebody gives a speech about Native Americans for some reason.
Long ago, we held these lands.
I'm not a Taylor Sheridan shill. I liked the freaking Yellowstone until I didn't, and I haven't watched the last like 2 seasons. I really liked the 18 whatever show until I hated the 1883 or whatever it is.
Yeah.
That show sucks. It's one of the worst shows I've ever seen. Don't watch it. It sucks balls. Haven't watched any of the other stuff. I watched Tulsa King season 1. It's okay. I'm not a massive fan of it. I know a lot of people are just jonesing for Tulsa King. It's all right. I haven't seen any of his other garbage. I'm not a Taylor Sheridan shill. I think he's overrated as a writer, but I think he writes better than the vast majority of the garbage we are getting. And the fact that he's so prolific and can balance like 4 shows at the same time means that, he can put out something that's all right, but we'll see how the Call of Duty show goes. I think he might be a little bit overstretched. The fact that we get a Call of Duty movie is fascinating. It's just call it war movie.
I mean, yeah, like okay. I mean, are they gonna like recreate the plot from the games?
Is it going to be World War
Which
II?
one?
Is it going to be Modern Warfare? Is it going to be Future Warfare?
It'll be Modern Warfare, I bet.
Lame.
Or they could do the unhinged plot of the Black Ops games. Jesus.
As long as we
It'll
get
be
the
one of the
guy with
zombie
the
versions.
skull balaclava.
Well, yeah, he is so recognizable.
Ghost guy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's the only
That's
guy
right.
anybody remembers.
I'm SAS man.
Do you think he likes baklava?
How could he not?
Hey, Ross.
Huh?
Netflix is apparently teaming up
Oh
with
my gosh.
the studio that owns Catan, Sellers of Catan, and we're going to get movies, TV shows, and games
What?
based
So
upon
like-
the Sellers of Catan universe.
we're getting a reimagining of Little House on the Prairie,
I don't know.
or is it going to be Ruthless Capitalist Show? What
No,
is
the
this?
thief.
What's happening?
Took my drink.
I just want a TV show where at the end somebody goes, "My lord, we lost. They truly built the longest road."
Aw.
Well, how are you getting a franchise? A multiverse, I don't know, verse is really a multi-platform franchise out of Sellers of Catan.
That would be hilarious, though, where the whole thing is just on the perspective of one village, and they're all panicking as a road continues to grow long.
No, dear God.
We're not
My
getting
lord,
no.
they
We're not
refuse
improving our
to
farms.
trade
The-
sheep with us.
the only strategy is have the longest road.
They're building the road. Send the thief.
Sellers of,
Look at
of
their
Catan, Sellers of Catan of all brands is getting a massive world-spanning, multi-platform story exploding. To quote this, the latest collaboration has another title to Netflix' ever-expanding world of game-to-screen stories, joining Arcane, Castlevania, Family Pack, Exploding Kittens, Assassin's Creed, Monopoly, Gears of War.
Monopoly.
There's a Monopoly reality competition on Netflix, apparently.
Oh, that makes more sense. I was thinking Monopoly Man show. I'm like, so okay. Like he just raises the rent on like single mothers.
Just cutthroat real estate purchasing to try and take over all of Boardwalk.
Don't ask what hat's underneath the top hat.
I am upgrading these single family homes to a hotel, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Listen here, you poverty-stricken pieces of crap.
Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. Get out of my sight.
Go straight to jail.
Go straight to jail. You can't pay my property taxes. Make me that movie, just like the most cutthroat, like horrible property tax capitalism you can. Just do that.
Yeah.
Oh, please have Jim Carrey in it, though. Just for do not pass go. Do not collect $200.
Thanks for the free parking.
The Monopoly guy.
You must be the Monopoly guy.
Punches him in the throat.
Because we care about Woman of the Year. The UK's Woman of the Year is 8 trans women. And
Thank
apparently, J.K.
Gotcha.
Rowling reacted poorly to Glamour's UK Women of the Year.
Really? She
here
did.
Here they are. Famous turf Rowling. Here are the Women of the Year for UK's
Their
Glamour.
beauty and their grace.
I'm so
They're
glad
all
men
not
are
dude.
better than women than I am.
We are truly the Women of the Year, Silver.
Yeah, God. Women
I can
couldn't
never
reach the
amount
potential of being women
Your
until we came along.
greatness. I know. It was so much better.
I think
It's
the
like when black
US
guys got into basketball.
Yeah, I think the US Women of the Year is even shocking
Way
because
worse.
they chose Rachel Zegler.
No.
Yeah.
I choose the guy.
Who hasn't had a successful film ever.
Ever.
Whose films have all universally been poor and financially bad.
You know, I followed Rachel Zegler for a while on YouTube. It's not like her channel or whatever, but like news and rumor stuff. Like I just listened to it when I was at work, and I was hoping that there would be like a big like blowout, like, oh my god, look at all this stuff that's happened. But it was just constantly rumor, because like there was always like horrible like rumors that she was on that Broadway show or whatever she did, that she was just like the worst, but then nothing ever came of it, like in actual reputable news. And I was like, well, damn it, never mind. I got to stop listening to this because it's ruining my algorithm.
She had that one indie horror movie that they tried to get off the ground because of name recognition with Rachel, and no one saw it because she doesn't actually have like brand pull in any way.
Yeah. It
No,
was
it's a
this.
Netflix is actively exploring Warner Brothers' Discovery bid. Despite saying they weren't interested, Netflix is apparently now interested in buying Warner.
Paramount wants it. We can't have that.
No.
They hired a bank to put together a M&A offer.
It's like they heard that the rumor that they were interested, and they were like, wait, should we be? Hold on.
Imagine Netflix buys Warner and now owns the DC universe.
Oh.
And
Who do you think they're firing first? I have a guess.
you think Gunn is gone?
Well, I mean, I don't know. Netflix makes dumb decisions. Look at The Witcher, but certainly somebody from the outside walking in would see what he's done and be like, you don't actually have a plan, do you? You're just whatever comes to mind. It's not going to work, pal.
Well, Netflix is at least more willing to cut off, even if it's a bad show, to cut off a show if it's not doing well. Because they've cut off shows.
Oh, absolutely.
And Netflix might not be as profitable as people think. They just bring in so much money, it's hidden among all of the huge numbers. But if it's not doing well, Netflix will throw it out the window. They will also overspend on the shows they make, but what are you going to do?
Oh, by huge amounts, yes.
Lovely. Well, you know, that brings us to the end of our Poopin' Fest.
Oh, I love it.
It's nice of Silver to join us on the toilet. Oh.
You're just waiting.
So, any final thoughts? Cat Godzilla person?
Do you mean Silver?
Bye.
Final thoughts of this spooky time of year? Your favorite? Did you guys watch Hubie Halloween?
We did that the first week of October.
For some reason, that's a tradition, and that movie sucks.
It's a really bad tradition.
It's one 2 Halloween shows my brother will watch.
Your
The other
brother
one being Van Helsing.
has horrible taste. Van Helsing's okay. It's a little campy, but it's fun.
Yeah, I
Like
enjoy
Van
that.
Helsing. But that and Hubie Halloween being the 2 choices.
Old Hubie Halloween. Just a bad Adam Sandler movie.
Screams echo in my nightmares.
Ross, final thoughts of today? You still confident in the Halo? Oh, you never were confident in it.
Oh. I continue to remain ambivalent to Halo and laugh at its downfall. Imagine fumbling the most successful console shooter ever at one point. Oh. Yeah, no. I mean, we'll see what happens. I don't think anything good. Sad to say. And I'm sad to see Xbox, you know, dying, for lack of a better term.
Jason?
Red flags piled on red flags. That's all I'm seeing here.
Yeah, they're going to have to produce something concrete for us to feel any better about it.
Well,
And
it's not
overall,
just- It's not just that. It's that the fact that Microsoft seems to have just given up.
they
They
rode
have a
over
console
shoulder
that
belly.
They're apparently working on, but it doesn't seem like they're gung ho with it. And the fact that they're throwing their console exclusives and they're just saying, hey, you know what, free for all, and just shipping them off to everywhere else. That to me is not a winning strategy. Never will be.
If you don't have console exclusives, then your hardware has to be superior than the other person's hardware. But it doesn't seem like you're fighting to defend your hardware. so
No.
so what's the point of having a console anyway?
And when the rumors are that the next console could be double the $650 price tag of the Xbox Series X, why would you get a console? Get a PC.
If you can afford it.
Yeah, and the thing is too, like I think, I mean, the whole Game Pass thing is clearly they saw Steam raking in money, and we're like, but we want that,
We want that.
but I want
Yeah.
that.
Awesome. Well, enjoy your spooky time of year. As the horror rolls forward and we escape, yes, it is getting worse. We escape Halloween.
No.
Have a piece of candy. Enjoy your time. Watch something spooky. And brace yourself for the future that we are going to see. You know what I'm talking about.
Yes.
She comes.
If you like the show, follow Rhett, Jason, Ross, and Silver, the world's most lethally stupid internet personalities, on Twitter at DG Podcast or on Instagram at Distracted Gamers. If you liked or hated what you heard here today, you can email them at thedistractedgamers@gmail.com and share your feelings. Not that Jason would care, since he hasn't any, of course.